Hello, beautiful soul. This is Amanda Sarai. So in today's video, I am going to get into what is abundance. What does it truly mean? So of course, most of us associate abundance with money, with financial wealth. And yes, it does mean that. But if we look at the dictionary definition, it means a large quantity of something. Plenty is another word that's associated with it. So it's not really limited to money or financial wealth. And so that's a good starting point, a good jumping off point. So abundance to me is abundance of all things. It's an abundance of joy, of love, of health, of vitality. It is at its foundation a state of deep trust in self. To get more profound and deep into what it is a deep trust in self, in the universe, and really it is a state of inner peace. Peace with where we are in life, peace with what we have. It is a sense of gratitude for having what we already do have. And it is from that space of gratitude, trust, and inner peace that the abundance can then flow. So abundance is a state of expansion when we really get into it. It is an inner state of possibility and expansion. And without that foundation of trust and inner peace, we tend to collapse in on ourselves and focus on our state around us. We get limited by what we have already created, and from that energy we try to manifest, but it's really that energy of what we have now that we're focusing that might feel more constricted, that is what is preventing us from blocking the true manifestation of abundance that is available to us, because the truth is, it is all available to us. Spiritual abundance is being one with the divine, is being one with our inherent nature. As divine, abundant beings, that is our truth. Mother Nature herself is inherently abundant. Left to her own devices, there would never be a lack. And the truth is, there is no lack now. That is the illusion of scarcity that has been created by this matrix of separation, this matrix of control, this matrix of fear that keeps us separate from love, that keeps us separate from the divine, that keeps us separate from our divine truth. So once we liberate ourselves into this knowing, this understanding that we are actually one with the divine, that we are actually inherently, innately abundant, and that our divine inheritance is to be abundant, that liberates the flow to start coming to us, the flow of abundance. All right, so what I want you to consider is think about what you desire, what forms of abundance you crave, what you want to create for yourself. Now think about the feeling that you will have when you have that thing. Also, another way to look at it is think about the last time you received financial abundance, because, honestly, focusing only on money can be really limiting, but sometimes thinking about another time when we're really, really excited to get that first paycheck, for example, or to get that first payment from our business. Think about how excited you were, how much joy you felt, how grateful you were to receive that. When we are in that state of grace, that is how we receive more. That is how we continue to receive, to be in the flow of abundance. And that is our natural expression. That is our natural state. And a lot of us are also blocked by not feeling worthy. We don't inherently feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we don't feel worthy of receiving. So the truth is, the very fact that you exist validates your worthiness. So let that sink in. Our very existence indicates our inherent worthiness. And yet these illusions, these blocks, these trauma, these wounds that all of us carry, they block us from our truth. And our truth is inherently divine and abundant. So just continue to allow that to marinate within, these truths to settle within, to really integrate. Because the truth is that we need to integrate these feelings, these knowings, and embody them in order to be that vibrational frequency match for abundance, for expansion. So think about how abundance feels. It feels limitless. It feels like it's flowing. It feels like gratitude, like joy, like love. It feels like excitement. It feels like peace, like expansion, and perhaps also like validation to receive that money. And here is where the key is. I already said that we are inherently worthy. Our very existence validates our worthiness. And so that validation must come from within. That sense of validation of our worthiness must come from within. And that is the missing key for so many. There's many missing pieces, honestly, but that is really one that helps it click, that helps it shift. And it is a process. However, it is not necessarily a difficult one if you commit to it, to putting yourself in those states of expansion. Think about how you feel when you are not feeling abundant. What does it feel like to not feel abundant? It feels like worry. It feels like fear. It feels like constriction and contraction. It feels like, often it also feels like jealousy, envy, resentment, perhaps resentment for the people who did not validate your worthiness, who perhaps didn't pay you for the job that you did or underpaid you. They did not validate your worthiness. And that says more about them than it does about you. Do not let that story define your reality. Do not let any past stories of lack and scarcity define your reality. So abundance, again, is the state of expansion. So when we feel those other states of constriction, we consciously choose to put ourselves back into that state of expansion. And when we keep choosing that over and over again, that choice eventually becomes our natural state of being. It no longer becomes a choice, it becomes a way of being, a way of living. As humans, it is not easy. And that is our work. That is our job here, is to transcend the limitation. It's to transcend all of these illusions that have kept us small and to put us back into our divine state of expansion. So just remember, anytime you are feeling constricted, go back, go within, be gentle with yourself, and let go of judgment. Let go of judgment. That is another key. Find compassion for yourself. Let go of judgment for self and other. Find compassion for self and other. Celebrate others' successes. Celebrate others' joy. It's not always easy to do when you're feeling in lack. So remember that this is also available to you. That this divine inheritance is available to all of us. We are all here to experience that love, that abundance, that joy. We are here for all of it. We are here to have all of it. We are here to be all of it. So the inner wealth that comes from abundance, it cannot be taken. It cannot be lost. Inner wealth is something that is inside of us. And abundance, true state of abundance, is inner wealth. So once we have that locked in, everything flows. Everything flows. And everything beyond our wildest imaginations can come. It is possible. It is possible for us all to have all that we desire. So just remember to go within, to feel your inner child, to nurture, to care for, to have compassion for your inner child whenever the inner child wants to come out and throw a tantrum. Breathe, go within, and remember, you are divine love. You are expansive. Your inner wealth comes from you. It is within, it's already there. You just have to remember, you just have to uncover it. It is there. You are expansive. The liberation is here. It is all for the taking. I love you.